okay, what we're going to do here is look at the future value of an annuity. These types of calculations are useful for saving for retirement or saving to have a particular amount of money or investing to have a particular amount of money at the end of some amount of time. So a little bit of a review. An annuity is a fixed payment. So here I have C, a fixed payment every period for a fixed number of periods. So the idea here is in this annuity, we have a payment in time, one period, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? We don't miss a period, the payments are all the same. So we can have a future value here. Remember, like a perpetuity will go off into infinity, so that doesn't have a future value, but we can have a future value here. And what we mean by future value is it's going to be the value at time 4. That's going to, that's one of the important things I want you to remember here is that it's out of the final period. So also a little review in terms of notation. C is the payment per period, R is the rate per period, N is the number of periods. The one big thing you always want to make sure that you do is R and N should be the same period. So if it's R is a monthly rate, then N should be the number of months. If R is the yearly rate, then N should be the number of years. Never mix monthly and yearly rates. Okay, good. So this is our formula for the future value of the annuity. And I derived the formula for the present value of the annuity. I won't derive this here. Usually but you can use a similar method, and usually I have students do this by themselves as extra credit. But if you're interested, I could also derive it for you in a future video. So this is going to give us the future value of an annuity. And the important thing to know is, remember, when we derive the present value of an annuity, if we use the present value of the annuity, that is the present value is as of time. Here it would be 0. It's one period before the first payment. This future value is as of time the last payment in the annuity. So if it's a 4-period annuity, this is as of the value at time 4, right? So this is, this is extremely important to know that it's not one period past, it's as of the last period, right? So present value, one period before the first payment. Future value annuity, it's at the time of the last payment. And of course here, these are not annuity dues, so payments are at the end of the year. Okay. So doing that, so if you get a future value of annuity calculation, you can either use this formula here as I've written, so this formula here, or as I always like to reiterate, you can simply calculate the future value of each individual payment. Meaning, right, so what I've done here is you can push the first payment out 3 periods from period 1 to period 4. The second payment out, 2 periods, third payment out 1 period, and the fourth payment is just a fourth payment. It's C times 1 plus R to the 0. 1 plus R to the 0 is just 1, so it's just C, right? So as a bit of a review, the formula I'm using here is just future value of a singular cash flow. Present value 1 plus R to the N, where present value is C. So you can use this formula if you'd like, or you could just use this single cash flow formula to just push each cash flow out to time 4, and then you just sum this plus this plus this plus this. So it's important to realize the sum of these is absolutely equivalent to this here. All right. So I just have some numbers here. So I did a quick calculation. So the way you would see this on an exam or would be, let's say you're going to save $100. One of the other things that students have, the hard time is that it's just a word problem, and they don't know where to put they don't know how to translate, a word problem to, is this a future value, present value, and then, where does each number go? So if you get a problem that says like you're going to save $100 per year for 10 years, right? Then that immediately I go, C is I'm going to save $100 per year. So the period's a year. The cash flow per period is 100, right? And if it's for 10 years, then that's the number of periods is 10 years. And then if you see the interest rate is 7% per year, then we can say, all right, R is equal to 7%. And then the question would ask, so how much will you have at the end of 10 years, right? So then, again, the way that this would be worded is you're going to save or invest $100 per year for the next 10 years. You're going to receive a return of 7% per year. How much are you going to have at the end of year 10? right? And again, payments are at the end of the year. So we can plug, we can do either way. We can plug this in here, 100, what is it, 1.07 to the 10 minus 1 over 0.07, and this should be equal to 1381.64. 1381.81.64. Good. All right, so in the next videos, we will use this to calculate C and N for, how much will you have to invest and how long will you have to invest. Have a great day.